devised fighting for the freedom of Europe during World War II. It might be difficult to imagine what these young men were like, so today we would like to make you aware of one young man in particular so we can begin to feel some connection.
Michael Simons attended St. Christopher's School, as some of us did, from kindergarten to grade 2, and then St. Michael's School from grades 3 to 8, because they were the grades that existed in our school at the time. Michael enjoyed school, playing with his friends, much as we do, and loved sports. His favorite sports, rugby, rowing, and basketball. He moved on to Brentwood College for grades 9 to 12, where he became head boy. Then, after graduation, he went on to Victoria College. However, he didn't attend college for very long.
You see, there is a possibility of war in Europe, and he wanted to help keep Europe free. So he decided to go to England and to join the Royal Air Force. There is no guarantee that he would be accepted into the Air Force, but Michael was determined. His family had a small going-away party for him, and his dad gave him this little stuffed bear for good luck. Some in our class think that it looks like a mini SMUS bear.
After a long trip by ship across the Atlantic to England, Michael was proud to be accepted into training for the Royal Air Force, because most of all he wanted to be a pilot. He did become a pilot, and he flew many dangerous missions in the war. For instance, he served in northern France, where he protected shiploads of soldiers and civilians in the difficult days when they had to leave France under enemy fire. He flew overhead to make sure that many people made it to safety in England. He took his trusty good luck bear with him on all of his missions.
He was a good pilot, so he was promoted and asked to test fly a new two-seater fighter bomber called the Mosquito II. He flew it one evening and wrote that it was the nicest plane that he had ever flown. The next morning he was to test fly it again, this time with his co-pilot, in order to make sure that all was right with the aircraft. When Michael took off in the Mosquito, he called the tower to say that there was something very wrong. Moments later, the entire tail end of the plane fell off, and Michael and his co-pilot were killed in the resulting crash. The investigation following the crash revealed that in the dark of the night, enemy agents had managed to cut spruce struts on the Mosquito.
It is interesting to note that on that day, Michael forgot his good luck teddy bear. Some of us wonder if he had returned home to get it, if things would have turned out differently that day.
All of the young men whose name appear in the Roll of Honor have their own personal stories, and they deserve our thanks and respect. Today we have become aware of one man's story in particular.
When Mr. Snowden calls Michael Simon's name, we hope that you will stand a little taller and think of the boy who was a student here at St. Michael's, just like us, and who demonstrated great skill and courage in battle, and who ensured the safety of many in war. Say a silent thank you to him and all of the men on the Roll of Honor.